Hey everyone, Firdaus here. Welcome back to another video. So today's topic is additional buyer stamp duty, and this is actually the second part of this whole topic about stamp duty. So if you have not watched the first part, please do check that out so you have better understanding of the whole thing. Alright, so as explained in the other video, when you purchase a residential property in Singapore, there is a tax component called buyer stamp duty. So this is tax paid on documents signed when you buy or acquire property related in Singapore. And I've also gone through how it's being computed based on the purchase price, and the tiers are up to 4%. The difference between that and what I'm going through today right now is that buyer stamp duty is the base where you have to pay when you purchase a property here, whereas for additional buyer stamp duty, or ABSD for short, is applicable only to certain groups of people. The three main factors to decide if this is applicable to them are: firstly, whether the buyer is an individual or an entity; secondly, the residency status of the buyer; and thirdly, the count of residential properties owned by the buyer. But the context of this video will mainly be for point 2 and 3 because that is more relatable to us. So let's start with the residency status of buyer. If you are a Singapore citizen buying your first house, then this is not applicable to you. If you are a permanent resident but you are married to a Singapore citizen, then this can be under the ABSD remission where you won't have to pay for it too. However, if you are buying the house as either just a PR household or as a foreigner, then this ABSD will be applicable to you. So how much is the ABSD for this? Let's assume that this is your first property. So for Singapore citizen, the ABSD rate is not applicable to you. For permanent resident, the ABSD rate is 5%. As for foreigner, the ABSD rate is 20%. Let me give you an example in figures, and let's just talk about private property for easier reference because we are including foreigner in this example as well. So assuming we are purchasing a unit at $1 million, the BSD for this, which is the base, is $24,600. And so that's the only stamp fee that is applicable for Singapore citizens buying this as their first house. Whereas for PR, the ABSD is 50k because it's 5%, and so total that he has to pay is $74,600. And as for foreigner, the ABSD is 200k because it's 20%, and that will total up to $224,600. So you can see the huge difference for the three groups buying their first house in Singapore priced at $1 million. The next factor will be the count of residential properties owned by the buyer. Do you ever have this plan where you rent out your existing HDB flat and buy your second property under your name? If you do, then this is definitely applicable to you. So this is the full chart of the ABSD rate, but for the example I'm going to use, it will be for buyers purchasing second property. For Singapore citizen, the ABSD rate is 12%. For PR, the ABSD rate is 15%, and as for foreigner, the ABSD rate is 20% still. Let's use the same example of the $1 million unit that they are buying. So the BSD is still $24,600. So for Singapore citizen, the ABSD is 120k, which total up to $144,600. For PR, the ABSD is 150k, which total up to $174,600. And for foreigner, the ABSD is 200k, which total up to $224,600. So from the example I gave you, you now have a better understanding and idea on how much are you required to pay if you are either buying as non-citizen or you are going to own more than one residential property. And so this is very critical for you to factor in when it comes to working out your budget and also your financial calculation. This is why some couples sell off their existing house and purchase two properties under separate names instead of both named together, so that they are not required to pay for ABSD because it's a huge amount. So they prefer to save that amount. and then they will use one property for rental or passive income. And so that's it for today from me. I hope that this video has been useful for you. Do like and share this video and follow all of my socials for more content. And if you'd like to know more about your housing matter, you can always contact me at 94592866, or you can also PM me directly. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon in my next video. Firdaus here, signing off.